Alright, so in our first video about Microsoft Excel, we've learned about how to input numbers and text, change our column width, how to put in functions or formulas to have the spreadsheet compute for us averages or totals. So we've learned all sorts of different things that we can do with our spreadsheet so far. Now, another neat aspect of a spreadsheet software is that it will create graphs for you. And if you've ever made one with crayons or markers or colored pencils, it can take a little bit of time to do and to try to make it look really good. Graphs are a visual representation of your data. Let me say that again. Graphs are visual representation of your data, and they really help to be able to get a quick snapshot or picture of what is going on with your data. So if I were to ask you, which crop did Farmer Brown have the most of, you could go over here and you would look and you would see, okay, he's grown more broccoli than corn or tomatoes, and you can take a look at that. Or if I say, for corn, over the course of the summer, did his crop increase or decrease? And you would find corn and you would go across and you could look and see that it has increased. However, if you have a lot of data, it's really hard to figure that out pretty quickly. Using graphs, you can see that data really quickly. Just with a quick glance, you can tell just by looking. So in order to do a graph, we're going to go up here to Insert, and then you'll see on here it says Chart. Now there's all sorts of different kinds of charts that our Excel spreadsheet can do. And if you look up here, it's actually taking you through what's called a chart wizard. And a lot of software has this, what they call a wizard feature that will actually step you through creating what you want to create. So it's kind of like holding your hand as you do it to help you to create what it is that you're trying to create. Okay, so step 1 of 4 is that you have to choose your chart type, and there's all sorts of different kinds. There's column, and it's showing you even different types of column charts. There's bar, line. Line graphs are really good if you're trending data, like if you're trying to see if something has increased or decreased, or you're comparing two things to see if one has increased more than another. A line graph is a good choice for that. A pie chart will show you compare what you have more of. So I like to use pie charts a lot and line graphs a lot. This is called a scatter plot. Area. There's a donut chart. Radar. Surface. Bubble. Stock. Cylinder. It's a different type of instead of a bar graph, it's using a cylinder shape, using a cone shape, using a pyramid shape. Now you do have to sit and think about what type of chart you want to use, like to try to decide which one is the most effective of showing, visually representing the data that you're trying to represent. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and choose pie to compare what I have more of, tomatoes, corn, or broccoli. So within our pie chart, we can choose different ones. I'm just going to choose this first one just for simplicity. And it gives you a description of what that type of chart will do, which is helpful. And then you can press and hold to view what it would look like. Give you an idea and make sure that's the chart that you want to use. Okay, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to click Next. And it tells me that I need to select a data range. So just like in anything, I mean, you have to tell the computer what it is that you're wanting to compare. It doesn't know you have all of this data, and it's saying, well, which set of data is it that you're wanting to use? So I'm going to use this right here. I'm going to use E3, and if I hold and drag down, I think it'll let me do that. Yeah. E3, 4, and 5. And immediately pops it in there for me. Now I could have selected this data before I did insert the chart, and then it would know that it's to pick up on what I've already selected. So After I've selected what data I want to represent in my chart, I'm going to click Next. And then chart, so here's step 3 of 4. It's allowing me to do some things like labeling. Okay, so for my chart title, I'm going to say Farmer Brown's Crops. Okay. And then if you're using a different type of chart, like a line graph, you can label your X and Y axis here, but it's not, you see how it's kind of grayish? That means that this is not an option for this particular, because there's not an X and Y axis here, is there? It's a pie chart. Legend will let me select show legend. I'm saying yes, I want to show the legend, and it's saying where do you want to place this legend? Do you want to put it at the bottom of your pie chart, or you want to put it up in the corner, top, right, or left? I'm just going to click top, and then I'm clicking, and then it says data labels. Let's see, label contains series names, category name. Let's see what it does if I choose that. Okay, so it's letting me label outside of the pie chart. So I kind of like that. It helps us to see it even a little more quickly. Or it says I can put the value on the outside. That's kind of neat. Or percentage. I'm going to do maybe value. I'm going to do the value. That helps too, I think, for somebody looking at this data. All right. I'm going to click Next. And then it's asking where I want to place this chart. Do I want to put it in this sheet, or do I want to put it someplace else? I'm going to keep it right here in this sheet. So I'm going to click Finish. And there it is. Now I can take this and I can move it. I can move it over by dragging to put it in a different location. Okay. And then I can even drag this in. So I can put it in the place where I want it on my spreadsheet. So there you go. There you have it. So how quickly, by looking at this, you can tell which crop Farmer Brown had the most of. So if you have a lot of data, like I said, you can look at this very quickly, get an idea of what data you're trying to represent when you're trying to compare things. So why don't you go ahead and exit out of this video, and you may open up a spreadsheet and just put in some data and try to create a line graph or a pie chart or one of those charts and explore a little bit and see what it looks like. Don't forget your column widths, and don't forget to also format your numbers. Are they dollars, percentages? Do you need to round up? So don't forget to also format your numbers. Thank you and have a great day.